I don't know, man. Should we just start?
Yeah, sure.
Let me cue up the music. That always makes me feel a little better.
Yeah.
BOOZHOO Kakina Awia. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the show. Welcome back to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. My name is Natasha. This is NANABOOZHOO.
Okay, BOOZHOO Kakina Awia. Hello, everybody.
And this morning, what is it?
It's Saturday. It's floor washing day. We have to wash the floors.
Oh, that's right. Gazibi geese, sagina gay, geese are good. Floor washing day or Saturday. And the one thing we're not going to be talking about today is the thing that we got not a copyright strike.
We just got a straight up strike. They took that video down.
So this is what happened this morning. Got up just nice and early, put on some coffee, put on some makade mush kiki wabu, and some black medicine water. Sat down, looked at the email. We got an email note from YouTube.
Yeah.
I was just excited. I'm like, oh, what does YouTube want? So I looked at it and they were like, yay, that's medical misinformation, sister. You better not talk about the thing. I was like, what? And it turns out 2 years ago, remember what happened in 2020? There was a thing they said was happening, so everybody should do this other thing, in your arm with a needle. And it was actually you. NANABOOZHOO gets on the YouTube and he's like, hey, everybody, have you heard about this thing? Well, part of it is that it's divide and conquer.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, you were talking about how the whole campaign was just to make people hate each other. To create two camps. The one camp which got the jabbity jab, jibbity jew, whatever you want to call it. Because let's face it, nobody knows what it is.
You mean the vaccination?
Don't even say it. But we were just kind of talking about how the man or whoever wants us fighting, divide and conquer. The two camps, the people who did it and the people who didn't. And that was 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago. Well, it took YouTube like 2 years to even notice because nobody watches our show. Except Toppleton.
Who?
Toppleton is here.
Oh, you're kidding. BOOZHOO Toppleton.
BOOZHOO Toppleton, welcome to the show. We were just complaining about YouTube taking down our video for talking about this thing.
Hey, sweetie.
Yeah?
You got a call on line 2.
What, really? I wonder who that is. Hello, caller. Welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. You're on the air.
Yeah, hello, Natasha. It's me, Dr. Fauci.
Well, hi, Dr. Fauci. What's going on?
Well, I wanted to call in because I think it's very dangerous what you and NANABOOZHOO are doing.
What's that?
Well, you got to get your shot. You'll kill us all.
We're not getting that stupid shot.
Oh, you want to get the virus?
What virus?
You know, the thing, the coronavirus.
No, I do not want to get a virus that's based on a beer.
No, it'll kill us all. You better get your shots and then get some more shots because you don't want to get the virus.
Oh, will the shots keep me from getting it?
Well, no.
Will it keep me from spreading it?
Nah, it doesn't do anything, but you should still do it.
Yeah, I think the thing we should do is quit talking about it on YouTube, because we're going to get this taken down too. What do you want, Fauci?
Well, I just wanted to know what the Ojibwe word of the day was.
Ojibwe word of the day? I haven't gotten to that yet. Today we're going to talk about man, woman, and child. A man is an inani.
Inani, man. That's what I am. I'm all man.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. And then there's a woman, ikwe.
Ikwe. Woman. Ikwe. Why do they call them that? Because they're icky?
No. And then abanujin is a child.
Abanunjin. Child. Well, don't be a child. You should go in and get your shots. And get some more shots.
What's in it?
I'm not telling. That's our little secret.
Who started the so-called virus?
That's nobody's business. I think it was in some soup. Some bat soup.
Yeah, whatever. Listen, man, I gotta go.
How you say goodbye in Ojibwe?
How do we say? We don't say goodbye, Dr. Fauci. Because we always know we'll see each other again. So if you want to learn a phrase, we say, I will see you again. Gigawaba min, mina wa.
Well, gigawaba min, mina wa.
Yeah, it's very good.
Now, don't forget to get your shot.
I'm not getting a shot.
You'll kill us all!
I'm not going to. See you later.
Yeah, all right.
See, it's just, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know. There's so many controversial issues you're not supposed to talk about because they think we're all going to fight. Or they don't want us to. I don't know what it is. Because that's the other thing.
What's that?
They don't want us talking about this either.
What do you mean? Man and woman and child? What's wrong with that?
Well, because that's not a thing anymore.
I know what you're saying, but you're going to get us into trouble.
I know. Hello, children. Welcome to Sesame Street 2.0. No. Welcome to the children's show about Ojibwe language, culture, values.
Really?
Yeah. I'm talking about it. Traditional values, you guys. Traditional Ojibwe values.
Oh, really? Well, what about Nij Manadug?
Two-spirit?
Yeah.
That's not a thing either, you guys. All right, kids. This is for the little guys. I know only Gen Xers and YouTube trolls watch our show.
Yeah.
But in nature, Gitchamanadu created two types of people. Inani, Dush, Ikwe, a man and a woman. When you're little, before you grow up, you're an Abanujin. Abanujin. Two eyes mean E, or something like E. Abanujin is a child. Now, a lot of schools, most schools, public schools, are really falling all over themselves because they don't know how to teach the subject anymore. They're afraid. People are afraid to talk about common sense.
Yeah, I know.
There's just two. There's no word in Ojibwe for gender. That's just fashion. That's just what you wear, how you wear your hair, what kind of clothes you wear. You know, nobody, when you're born, they don't just go, I assign this child male and I assign that child female. Nobody's assigned anything at birth. You're just born either a man or a woman. Well, you're born a baby, but. And then the hospital people just write it down. They just observe what you're one or the other. When you grow up and you go to school, oh, this is the other thing that annoys me.
What's that?
Should I say their name?
Yeah, go ahead.
Rail River Folk School in Bemidji. Right? Have you guys heard of that? Well, it sounds like kind of a cool, I don't know, what is it, a charter school?
Some kind of alternative school.
Where they do like classes outside and they have a garden and it seems like it's really holistic education. You know, you bring your kids down there and they can learn. And I knew that's not so public schooly or whatever. And I met somebody who went to school there and I was like, hey, maybe we should go down there and we can put on a show for the kids. Teach them Ojibwe.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, yeah, but now I don't want to go.
Why not?
Well, I looked at their Facebook page. This is a school for children and art and natural science. I don't know what kind of, I can't describe it. Rail River, it's down by the railroad tracks. It's an old warehouse they turned into a school or something. And they got, you know, it looks great. I've spent a day there with students cleaning up and doing lawn work. But I went on their Facebook page, and what's on there? Full head, the heading, whatever, picture of this guy in makeup, wearing a dress. This is horrifying demon, what they call transgendered, I guess. And I'm like, oh, is that what you guys are about? Is this really what your education is? You're going to have a guy come in and talk about that stuff? I'm sick of it. I don't want to go down. I don't want to be part of that. Because, you know, these dudes come down and they teach the kids, hi, I'm a Ikwe. And the kids are like, no, you're a scary man in a dress. No, because you see, in Ojibwe, you know. So, hey, Jim is here.
Okay.
BOOZHOO, Jim. What's going on? I don't know how Jim feels about this.
What do you mean?
I don't know. He's such a liberal.
You don't even know.
I'm just kidding. I know, Jim. I'm loving the earrings. Man, Inani, woman, Ikwe. There's just the two. Cut it out, you weirdos. Now I want to see if YouTube's going to take this video down.
YouTube's going to cancel our whole show.
I think they are.
Really?
Yeah. I think our days are numbered here, guys. I mean, the subscriptions aren't here. We got 2 people on the live stream. 2. I mean, I wouldn't mind so much if I didn't see other YouTube content just get hundreds of thousands of views because they're talking about this subject. And, you know, it's us regular little folks who get censored, but who cares? Nobody wants to watch a YouTube video where people talk about their YouTube video.
Yeah.
You know, hey, sweetie. Yeah?
Did you want to take another call?
Oh, sure, I could take another call. Line 2?
Line 2.
Hello, caller. Welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. You're on the air.
Hello? Natasha?
President Obama?
Yeah, it's me. I wanted to call in because I'm very sad. And I'm crying.
Why are you crying?
Well, as you know, my beloved wife, Michael Obama.
You mean Michelle?
Michelle Obama has taken a lover.
Yeah, I heard something about that. Who's she seeing?
She and that scoundrel, George W. Bush.
Well, hey, man, it's me, it's George W.
That's right, Natasha.
Hey, you guys, what are you doing here?
Well, man, I want to be on the show. I heard you had that boy, Barack Obama on there. Yeah.
Oh, George Bush, you better not call me a boy.
Oh, sorry, man. That's how we do it in Texas here. I was down on the ranch, and I'm getting it on with this pretty lady.
Oh, that's right.
You guys, this isn't cool. You're going to get me in trouble with YouTube.
Nope, that's fine. I can be a man.
You don't have to be a man. Oh, that's our Ojibwe word of the day. This is so stupid. Idity is a man.
Yeah, man. And what's that word for woman? Ikwe?
Yeah, Ikwe.
Hot damn. I like a woman.
That's right, because that's what I am. I'm Michelle Obama. I'm a woman.
That's right. Listen, you guys, I gotta go. Gigawaba man, Minawa.
Well, Gigawaba men, me know what?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Sweetie, you want to teleport me outside?
Sure.
I'm gonna step outside, pray real quick. We're not gonna make a whole thing out of this. And say a prayer.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
And that's 1 to teleport.
Make it so, number 1. Nah. Do, 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 do. La da dee da dee dum. Ah. Hey, BOOZHOO, Benishiyag. Hello, birds. Oh, it's peaceful out here. Just pretty. Oh, yeah. So I wanted to come out, ask the creator to help me speak well. Because I'm in a mood. I'm feeling a certain kind of way. And I'm probably going to get myself into trouble again. But I'm so tired of just getting into trouble for just talking. Why can't I just have my own thoughts? And broadcast them over the internet, over the entire world. For 3 or 4 people to hear. Okay. So here's my prayer. Hello, Great Spirit. BOOZHOO GITCHIMANADOO. Anishna Eji Yayan. Anishna Eji Yayan. How are you? Nimino Eya. I'm fine. Tagawi Tukawishan. Andominawe Nungum. Please help me to speak well today. Miigwech. Thanks. Yeah. I got put into a mood because I was reminded once again that my thoughts are not appreciated by some people, by most people. And even somebody like me, I mean, picture it. Look at me, right? This is the face of hate, apparently. This is the face of medical misinformation, of intolerance, racism, sexism, homophobia. You know, if you don't just fall in line with whatever they're teaching currently, they'll call you crazy. They'll take down your videos and you'll lose friends. Here are just some of the things I've said that have cost me jobs and friends and YouTube videos. And I'm telling you, not because I'm like some sort of warrior for the truth or some radical political speaker or anything like that. I'm just a girl. I'm just a little girl trying to teach Ojibwe and tell some jokes. Sing a couple of songs. Right? And maybe you feel the way I do. So I'm just going to say it. Hey, Curtis is here. BOOZHOO, Curtis. What's going on? I'm glad you're here. These are some of my thoughts that are unpopular. I don't even know if they're probably popular. These are my popular, well-accepted thoughts that most of us agree with, but will get you into trouble and get you fired from your public school job and so on, and make your family and friends think you're hateful. Number one, I'm anti-science. I don't believe in scientists. I think they're charlatans, fools. Because I don't believe in anything NASA has ever said or done. I don't believe we landed on the moon. I don't believe in outer space the way they describe it. I think it's water above a firmament. And I think the Earth is flat. I don't believe we live on a spinning ball in outer space. And I think they deliberately lied about it. I don't know who they are. Probably Satan. But I think everyone's been deceived. Okay? That's one. That's one statement I made that made people think I was insane, crazy. And I was dismissed. And I also, I didn't get fired for that comment, but I did get fired from a school where I said that. They never told me why I got fired. I just got fired. They just gave me my walk-in papers, said, you don't need to come back next year. We don't need your kind around here. No. Okay, so one thing. I'm anti-science. Oh, I also don't believe, I'm afraid to say it. I don't believe viruses are something that float around in the air and you catch in water vapor or something. I think it's viruses form inside your body over something else, like toxins or something. I think they lied about that. I also don't trust science. This is going to be taken down completely. I don't trust them. I don't know what's in that shot. They never said. And I don't trust that disease they say everyone got. I never knew anybody who got it. I've known people who were told they had it. They say, oh, I tested positive. Really? Doesn't seem like it. I haven't had a cold since 2019. Well, if anything, I've been healthier since this whole thing came down. So I don't trust science at all. I would never. And yeah, when I was a little girl, my parents didn't question anything. Anything. If an authority said it, hey, bring your kids in, we're going to give them a shot at the school. Okay. Oh, bring your baby here, we're going to load them up with vaccinations. Oh, okay. My parents never thought for themselves. They only did what other people told them to do for their kids. Whether it was circumcise their boys, vaccinate their children, anything. The school, they just handed over the authority of common sense to the school. My parents never talked to me about sex, about science, religion. Yeah, they took me to church and then said, okay, you go there, that's Sunday school. Listen to that old lady. She's gonna be your spiritual guide. Curtis says, I trust science, but not scientists. That's a great distinction. Thank you. Yes, Curtis, me too. I do trust science, the scientific method. I trust an experiment. They say this water will boil at certain temperature. You can do an experiment and go, yeah, that's true. That's truth. Nothing about outer space has ever had an experiment. They can't prove anything. We just got to take their word for it. Yeah, so I trust science, sure. Logic, that's great. But I think scientists are a bunch of charlatans, liars. They're priests of a new religion. Probably not even a new religion. It's an anti-religion religion, science. People go, oh, he's got a degree in astrophysics. Oh, the word physics. That's exciting. Is it? Or is it because you don't know what the word physics means? Physics. Yeah, it'd be nice if they did some experiments on physics in outer space. Oh, but they do! The International Space Station! No, they don't. That's not even real. There's no International Space Station flying around in outer space. That's a con. Come on, you guys. But let's say there was. Let's say they had a spaceship that was floating in zero gravity, which is also not true. What are they doing up there? Whenever they have like a video from the International Space Station, it's just some idiots, obviously on harnesses or in a plane that's descending, green screen stuff. I mean, I know about that because I have a green screen. I didn't really teleport out here. Nanabooshoo.
That's right, baby. You're just on a green screen.
Yeah. I'm just, we're just trying to make this fun. But, okay, so that's so fake. But that gets on YouTube. That's misinformation. That we went to the moon? Yeah, that's misinformation, not what I'm talking about. So there's that. I'm anti-science. I don't trust them. Oh, what else? I'm anti-history. I don't believe in the Christopher Columbus was going to prove that the earth was round and sailed and accidentally found America. I don't believe that. I don't believe that there was nothing here in 1492 except naked savage Indians, frolicking around like it's the Garden of Eden. I don't believe we built all the old cathedrals and colleges in America. I think they were here already. There's no way that people in horse and buggy in 1492 or 1792, whatever year, built just any of the oldest buildings in your town. Look at them. Those enormous, the churches, the courthouse even, and the college. Bemidji's got a college. And in the 1930s, they called it the Bemidji State Teachers College. And you could go there and get a teacher's certification in less than 4 years. My grandma did it. She went from boarding school, started teaching, because in those days, then moved back to the, wherever she was, Boy River. She just started teaching at 19 years old because she had graduated from high school. You could be a teacher after that in those days. But then, because she was, amazing, she went, I better get some teaching certification, even though I already have a job teaching on the reservation. So she put herself in college. Well, Bemidji State College They say it was built in like 1890. The oldest buildings in our town are in the early 1900s. They say late 1800s, because before that, it was just all of us shenabs, right? It was just Indian people living in wigwams. Yeah, the best buildings we built were built out of birch bark, is what they tell us. They don't want us remembering the mound builders thousands of years ago. Or who even knows? I know there are what they call Indian mounds. And they look like pyramids that have been grown over with grass and dirt. And when they've dug down into the Indian mounds, they find giant bones. Giants! 10, 13, 15 feet tall. And then the scientists take the bones away to the Smithsonian Institute. And we never see them again, and they never talk about it. And everybody gets all excited. Oh, there's an American Indian Museum at the Smithsonian. If you're an Indian artist, you could put your art in the Smithsonian. You go, yeah, okay. What do you want? Some beaded earrings? You want a birch bark pencil cup? Is that what you think Indian art is? So they've covered up the true history. There's a lot of videos on that they let us see. That all these buildings were found. The founding fathers, yeah, they found this country. Fully built. And the people were gone for some reason. I mean, there were some Indians, I guess. Who knows? But apparently there were buildings everywhere, cities, flying machines. There's a whole history that we haven't been taught. And then something happened, like a flood, that killed off everybody. And then there was a reset. And people came back. And that's us. You ever wonder why so many of us, if you look back in your family tree, it gets real sketchy around the late 1800s? I know it does in my family. And there's always one orphan in there. You go, oh yeah, my great-great-grandfather, well, he was an orphan. And then he came here on the orphan train, and with nothing but blah, 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 and our family was started. Or Ellis Island. How about that story? Oh, all the people from Europe immigrated to the New World and then built cathedrals and railways, trains, and everything that you know. But they didn't invent the photograph, so we don't have any evidence. It's all a bunch of crap. But again, if you point that out, instead of people looking at the textbooks and going, hey, you're probably right. This can't be true. They look at you and go, oh, what are you, a history denier? You know, that's hate speech. That's misinformation, dangerous misinformation. It's really dangerous when it's dangerous medical misinformation. But, so I don't trust scientists, and I don't trust historians. I don't believe in my official education. Oh, and then the transgender stuff. When I was a little girl, I saw a movie called La Vita en Rose or something like that. En Rose. A French movie called My Life in Pink. My Life in Pink. And it was all about this little boy who thought he was a girl. And he believed that God had played a trick on him and put his girl spirit in a boy's body. And apparently it's a true story. Back in the 80s, maybe. Well, he gets bullied at school and his family gets harassed. But it was a beautiful movie. And I remember from that day forward, I was pro transgenderism. I remember thinking, if I had a little boy, I'd be happy if he thought he was a girl. Not only would I dress him up in girl's clothes, I'd put on a dress. Well, obviously I'd put on a dress because I am a girl. But what they didn't tell me in that movie was that 40 years later, there'd be these terrifying stripper-type guys who would come to your local library and try to brainwash your kids into thinking that we're horrible people who pick on guys in women's clothing. What we used to call transvestites. You know? They just bullied their way straight over gay and lesbian people. No, we're the most oppressed people. It's like, how are you oppressed? You get parades in the street. You know? You're celebrated by the brainwashed. Hey, Wally Bear, what's going on, brother? BOOZHOO. Wally Bear is transgendered. I'm sorry, Wally, I didn't mean to out you, but yeah. I'm just kidding, you guys. He's not really. I don't know if he is. He could be. But I've had people, these people are always asking for tolerance. They're totally intolerant of me just speaking my beliefs. No, I'm sorry, I don't. I no longer believe that's a thing. I'm sure you believe it, or I don't know what you believe. I don't care. My logic and science and common sense have told me there are men and there are women. OJIBWE. Up until 2020, that wasn't something that would make you lose friends. That wasn't a subject that made people go, "Ooh, why are you talking about this?" Stupid. Oh, here's one too, along with that. So in the 90s, late 80s actually, 1989, I remember I joined the 10% Society, they called it. 10%. In 1990, they said 10% of the population was gay or lesbian or bi. Just that. Yeah, those three options. Nobody mentioned transgenderism. There was no such thing in 1989. And, I was always like friendly with the theater people and the artists and the poets in the college. So half my friends were just flaming alpha male homosexuals. Some of my favorite people were just, out there. I just vibed with gay men. And also in the 80s, they had secret, speakeasy clubs. You hear there'd be a rumor around campus. Yeah, it was called My Place. There was a gay bar in Fargo called My Place and only opened at certain times. And there was a secret way to drive into the parking lot. You had to drive down a one-way, one-car road just around the building. You kind of had to know how to get into the parking lot before you could really go. And then you went to this warehouse, and inside was a big old disco and a bar. And you'd walk through and it'd just be gay people and Madonna music. Or Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Relax, don't do it. Do. Relax. And I remember going in there going, oh, wow, man. Oh, that guy's gay? I didn't know. Oh, that guy, And it was fun. you get to dance, and it was there was no like rednecks or angry drunk guys. There was none of that. I guess it was a pickup place, but it was just guys picking up guys. And I guess girls picking up girls. But it felt safer than a regular bar. Oddly enough. Well, because America is a accepting place, in spite of all the censorship on YouTube and in spite of the high schools and colleges being intolerant of dissenting views, the regular person in America is pretty cool. Everyone says, what you do is fine. It's none of my business. Just, leave me out of it. Even in the 80s, nobody cared about who was gay. There was a few movies that tried to make it look like, oh no, Matthew Shepard, he was picked on for being gay. Nope. He was a drug dealer who got beat up and killed by other drug dealers and rednecks and whatever. But I remember at the time going, oh, what a horrible. But after I woke up from all my indoctrination in college, all the brainwashing, when I got out of college, I hated America. I just hated it. I thought we were a country based on racism. I thought all non-Indians were crazy because they all had some sort of mental illness that made them hate Indians. I was convinced people hated Indians in 1994 because I just graduated from college, from a liberal arts college. Convinced. And I was really depressed over it. Hated America, hated Americans. And I was very pro-gay because I was very anti-homophobes because I thought they were, dragging gay people behind their pickups. Well, they weren't. I never met. So I'm from what people would think was a very conservative, rednecky town. LaPorte has 145 people. 143 of them have their permit to carry license. I come from a town of hunters and fishermen and loggers. And my graduating class had 18 kids. It was a small, rural town. And yeah, the F word for homosexual men was thrown around like an adjective. Or a noun or something. I remember Michael told me once he played football for about 3 years in junior high. And the coach would say stuff like, quit blocking like a fag. You're like, oh, how does a homosexual block? Ooh, yeah, what? It's football. You already got me wearing tights, knickers, but. So there was that kind of talk. It was an insult to be called that. But not because anybody really cared. You're also called a lady when you're a boy. Because nobody, whatever. So, after a few years of living out in the real world, and I'm not sure what happened. Yeah, I know what happened. Oh, should I get real with you guys? Okay. So I used to be a social justice warrior. I used to be a really liberal. I was all about gay rights. I was all undoing racism, we called it. Undoing racism. I was going to undo the racism of this terrible country. And I had a lot of resentment and distrust and depression. And then I had a little kitten who was very old. No, so I guess a cat named Princess, who I inherited. The only inheritance I ever got in my life was when my grandmother passed away. I inherited this cat. And for about 7 years, we lived together. And I fell in love with her. And then she passed away. And my heart broke. And I fell into a depression, grief. And it blew my mind. I started praying all the time. And this is like, I don't know, what year was Hillary and Trump going at it? 2015, maybe? Something happened. My mind, I had what they call a paradigm shift. Everything got turned upside down. It occurred to me that I went, okay, wait. Is this country really that racist? Have I ever been a victim of racism? Nope. If anything, being a Anishinaabe, being an Indian woman, has been a privilege. You know, I get certain privileges. When I was in college, when I took what they called minorities in literature, right? Basically anything but a heterosexual European writer we read. But the teacher was from another country. Like, I don't know, Peru or something. And he goes, listen, I'm not a minority. I know in this country, in this college, it looks like I am, but in my country, I'm not. So I'm not going to speak as though I understand what minorities are going through. Natasha, you're Native American. Why don't you tell us? And he would just hand over the class to me to talk about what it was like to be a minority. It was stupid. Like, I don't know. I don't think I am a minority. Now, how are you a minority when you're an Indian on a reservation? You're not a minority if you're an Indian on an Indian reservation. You're the majority. You're the privileged class. But, so I went, okay, and I've never actually been arrested, followed in a store, hassled in any way. I've never heard a racial slur. Oh, I haven't been represented in movies. What? We're like 1/13 of the, or 1/100th of the population. We expect to be on as many TV shows as white people who are 70%. Whatever. And then I had to go, okay, have I ever met a real racist? You know? So maybe they haven't done anything to me, but that doesn't mean that my brothers and sisters aren't getting hassled. Because they certainly complain a lot. Oh, really, Natasha? You don't believe in racism? Well, take a look at the custody list in Beltrami County Jail. Look at how many Indian people are in there. It's almost all Indian. It's like, yeah. Well, what does that tell you? It's like, I don't want to say it out loud. Because Indians get mad at me for pointing out the obvious truth. You're all breaking the laws. I don't know why there aren't more white people. You assume they're stealing bikes too, but maybe they're not. I don't know. I can't assume the cops are going, oh, that's a white guy. Let him go. He's speeding, but I'm not going to take down one of my brothers. Oh, here comes an Indian guy. Let's bust him. No. And what do you do with the Indian cops who pull you over? The only times I've been pulled over, there you go, have been by Indian cops. Reservation cops. That's the only time I've ever been hassled by a cop. And then I went, okay, LaPorte, what about the rednecks from my town? Because there are rednecks. They're guys who spend all day on the tractor and their necks burned. They can't get a tan like us. So their necks turn red because of sunburn. They're rednecks. Oh, that's a racial slur. No, whatever. It's a redneck. Why is it okay to say redneck, but not okay to say red skin? Don't you say red skin. That's racist, you redneck. You know? But I went, okay, do I have any rednecks from my town? Yes. Have they done anything racist? Well, have I ever heard them use the N-word? Not like I've heard black people use it. Like it's a comma, you know? No, I never really heard a redneck use the N-word, if that's the most racist thing you can do. I just never met one personally. I don't know. I couldn't name one on TV who was an overt racist. Or even like a white supremacist. Whites are the best. They're afraid to say that. Because nobody believes it. Nobody cares. There's one big difference between Indians and non-Indians. Non-Indian people don't care about their race. Correct me if I'm wrong, any white people. White people are so not racist. They don't even think about, as a person of English descent, I blank, blank, blank. What? But you can't listen to me talk for 2 seconds without me somehow referencing my race. Well, in Ojibwe, we say. So I don't, not only do I not believe in the moon landing, I don't believe in racism. There, I said it. I think racism is a myth or a hoax. Nobody ever comes out. It's just something you call other people. Nobody's come out and said, yes, that's me. Because it's stupid. All right. Don't know much about history. Don't believe in non-biology, like transgenderism. I don't believe racism is a problem. Okay, feminism. Here we go. Men and women. Now, Wally Bear is a huge feminist, right? Wally Bear is always out there. He's got a pink hat that looks like bunny ears. And he struts around screaming about Donald Trump. He's all like, oh, that guy, he's got orange skin. I sure hate him. Did you know what he said to another guy on a bus? Oh, I couldn't believe it. So, Wally Bear is always talking about how women need to have equality. And I went, okay. Are women not equal in some way? Well, it goes back to that whole transgenderism debate. Because feminist says, no, women can do anything a man can do. We're just as good. Except, they're stronger. So, but the feminists will never say anything about these guys coming into the swim team. And he's like, hey, look at me. I'm in a onesie. I'm going to be on your team now. And he just mops the floor with real women. I hate to even use that term, with women. As this guy in a woman's bathing suit says I'm a girl too. Now stand back. I'm going to beat your best swimmer by many seconds, which is a lot in swimming, I guess. But the feminists will be, well, yeah, okay. Well, we both hate the same people, so join our club. But then you go, okay, well, how are women not equal? Well, we only make 70 cents on the dollar. do you work as many hours as the men? Well, kind of, but, I also had to take off 3 years when I was raising my children. And then I started a daycare center, and guess what? It doesn't pay as much as, working construction. So, sexism, Okay, so the wage gap is not real. It's not like they have a different minimum wage for men than women. If they did, then it would be sexism against men. Because nobody would hire a man because they'd have to pay him more. So that's dumb. But they otherwise intelligent people believe all this crap. My mom's no dummy, but she's a feminist. She hates Donald Trump. She hates that guy from The Apprentice. What? She thinks women have it hard in America. Why? How? In what way? Nope, not buying that. So, I guess my whole point is, when my cat died, I went through such grief, and I had a paradigm shift where everything I thought, everything I hated, got flipped upside down, and I no longer hated it anymore. I went, oh, I don't hate America. It's the best country there is. What, you want to live in Canada? You think that's some kind of utopia? I mean, I know there's some Canadians who watch this show, so BOOZHOO, guys. And I love Canadians as people. That's racist. How is that racist? You can't generalize a whole group of people. Okay. Some of the Canadians I've met have been very pleasant, polite people. I've never met and I've only met a few. I've never met a Canadian I didn't like. How about that? I've never met a pot smoker I didn't like. But I like a lot of people. What was I talking about? Oh, all my politics and values got turned upside down in a way. No, it didn't. What it was is I got unplugged. I felt like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. Suddenly I went, oh, I've been believing the world was one way, but it's not. It was my education, probably. I started thinking this was a hateful, racist country. A homophobic country. But I don't anymore. Now I just think there's censorship and we don't use the term anymore, so I'm forgetting it. Propaganda. Yeah, it's all propaganda. Remember that in school? They talked about World War II and they dropped propaganda and they had fake news stories. Everyone acts like that stopped. No. They've been indoctrinating the kids, even in this country, to believe a certain way, to brainwash us to hate each other. This is why we got our copyright strike too. When it comes to the V word, to the Dr. Fauci's favorite thing, what NanaBOOZHOO was saying in that video that got taken down was, he was questioning it, and he was saying, actually, they just want it to divide and conquer us. They want us fighting amongst ourselves. That's what all this stuff is. And if you don't see through it, you just become part of the fight. But the reality is, by talking about this, I'm not doing any favors to this channel. Our channel has been dying on the vine. You few guys, I've recognized all your faces because you're the only ones who show up. We're probably going to be quitting the show. So that's why I'm saying all this crazy stuff. Michael's got to go get a job. We ran out of money. And, hey guys. What's wrong with the lighting in here, Michael? I don't know. Let me see if I can fix it. Do-do-do-do-do. La-di-dum. Here we go. Click. Apply. Okay. And okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Michael, I can see your lips move.
Yeah, I know.
This is the worst ventriloquist in the world. You don't even try not to show your lips. Let me take care of that for you. Does that help?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, you guys. I don't know. So here's my final. I'm not even going to go back. Man, we've been on the air for an hour already, Michael.
You're kidding.
Yeah. So hey guys, thanks for showing up. Miigwech. Kapisandawieg. Thank you for listening. I'm gonna mahjong. I'm gonna leave. I think we'll see you again.
My neck is sore.
If we never see you again, to say I won't see you again, you gotta start the sentence with a gaween. So here is Gigawabamin Minawa. I will see you again. If I want to say I won't see you again, I would say Gaween. Gigawabamin Minawa Z. Just add a Z at the end and a Gaween at the beginning. And it's I won't see you again. I may not see you again. Because quite frankly, you guys have been here for an hour and not one of you gave us a super chat. That's part of it too. So anyway, if you'd like to support the show, check out the links in the description. And if I don't see you again, miigwech for letting us do this. And, you want to add anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay, see ya.